Right, how's it going? End of week 14 or 14 weeks for the Road to Cape Point Challenge. The race is going to be this Saturday. I realize now that I kind of counted incorrectly because counting is quite hard and clearly I can't do it. So we're at 14 weeks, but the race is this Saturday. I'm as fit as I can be right now. Yeah, been quite an interesting journey. I think at the end of this week I'll do a little bit more reflection, have a little bit more time to kind of just think about it, and then also do just a conversation on my plans for the race. But I thought I'd just catch you up on this last week. So previously, or last week, I had a really rough week. You can go back and check out the video. It's nothing special. I literally just say that I had a bad week. But I thought this week I managed to rein it back in. I got some good distance in. I only did 50 Ks. Really starting the taper now. Just get all nice and rested up and make sure that I'm ready for the race. But it's been quite interesting because as I've come to the end of this kind of journey, I've been more and more stressed, and it's been less and less fun, and it's been harder for me to deal with. And one of the things that started happening about 3 weeks ago is I started having panic attacks. I used to have them a little bit as a kid, like long ago, and I had panic attacks again, which was really strange. I didn't know if I wanted to talk about it. I didn't know if I wanted to say it on here, because it used to happen out while I was paddling in the ocean, which if anyone has ever dealt with anxiety, it's not the most pleasant thing ever. It's like a little bit of freak out. For me, it feels like I can't breathe, and obviously then I think I can't breathe, and then I can't breathe, and it's like a spiral thing. But it messed with my head quite a bit. It made me quite nervous to paddle at all. Part of the reason why I had such a bad week is because it was obviously stopped me from paddling, and it was quite debilitating, and yeah, pretty hectic now that I think about it, actually, because I ended up getting them so badly that one woke me up in the middle of the night, and I had one in my car while driving to work, which again isn't a pleasant way, but managed to deal with it. I'm realizing now that I put a lot of pressure on myself when approaching any kind of goal, which I'm super interested in and grateful for this kind of recording, because it's literally like 3 weeks to go. Everything starts crashing down in my head, and it's literally just in my head, I feel like I'm not doing good enough as per this imagined idea of myself, which is absurd and something that obviously I'm going to change moving forward. But it's still, it still happened, which is interesting. And I didn't think I'd ever get panic attacks like that again. But yeah, I think it was a great learning experience. And I think once I've really thought about it, once I really have a concise understanding of what is it, why do I do it, it's a good point to reflect about. But I wanted to say it on here so it's a part of the record, so I don't forget that I went through it. I've got a whole bunch of stuff in my journal and stuff like that about it, because obviously I'm doing this and keeping a training log. So I'm so happy about how much data I'm going to have about the record for this journey. But it's also putting into perspective how, I would say, out of practice I am for a training routine. I think getting back into this routine, getting back into kind of this idea of training consistently for a goal, I realized how as a kid I did it without thinking about it, just because everything was routine. I always went to the same practice, I always went to the same training, and being an adult, if I could even call myself an adult, because sometimes it feels like I can't, realizing how much structure needs to be in place in order to pursue something consistently, and how difficult it is to do something consistent. I think that's been a really interesting thing, because probably about 7 weeks ago I was like, oh, I'm not going to drink, I'm going to get good night's sleep. Oh, it's just for 7 weeks, I could definitely do it. But after 4.5 weeks I was like, I'm dying to have a beer, I'm dying to have a little bit of a night out, I'm dying to have these things. So I did it, and it immediately affected my training. After my really good week back, I think in week 8, I think it was, or 9, I ended up having a little bit of a bender that next week, because I was like, oh, you've earned it, look at you, good at doing it. And then it was immediately a decline. And so understanding how it actually matters every single day. Super interesting, super interesting. But anyway, coming back to this week. So I did 50Ks this last week, really great. I did a lot of just 10K steady sessions inside the bay. To be fair, I was a little bit scared to paddle away from land just because of the anxiety, but I think I should be fine for Cape Point, which is great. And then I was working just on, a big thing I've decided to do is I've dropped from using a B Max paddle side to a B Min. So a B Max is basically the larger version of a B Min. So I've dropped down my paddle sizes. I've decided that it's probably the more conservative approach and probably a necessary approach, because you don't really want to be paddling with massive blades for 56 kilometers. Like, what's the point? Like, what am I trying to prove? So I've been training with B Maxes this whole time, and now dropping to B Mins, I feel really, really good. I feel really, really good with the blades. My shoulders don't feel sore when I paddle. So I'm excited because I think it's going to give me a little bit of an edge, and I'm going to get that like second wind, or at least I won't blow as quickly, which is great. I'm also phenomenally impressed with, I think this is a little bit of an odd topic, but I'm phenomenally impressed about how physically cut I am after just 14 weeks. Like looking at my body prior and now, just seeing that I've just been paddling, I haven't gymmed, I haven't done anything like that, and it's like cool. You know, it's quite nice to, you know, I've kind of earned it, which feels really cool. So I'm definitely excited to continue kind of doing these kind of training blocks and all that kind of thing, which is great. What else did I want to discuss? Oh yeah, so the plan for this week is, this is the last week leading up to Cape Point, so it's really just about taper. You still want to keep paddling, you want to keep ticking over, you don't want to just stop. So I'm going to do 3 sessions, I think, just before Cape Point. We're planning to do a paddle tomorrow, a paddle on Thursday, and then a short little paddle on Friday. And then just keep super hydrated on Friday, get a good night's sleep, as good as I could expect, because I tend to get quite anxious before a race. But I don't think that's going to stop me. And then I've also sorted out my juice. So I'm going to have Oros and 2 goos. I'm going to try avoid having goos because they tend to give me a bit of a sugar crash, and I think I should be perfectly fine with just a bit of Oros. This is the first time I've really had any like consistent distance for a race. So yeah, I'm actually just excited to do it and have it done, and the weather's looking great, so we'll keep monitoring it this week. But yeah, we're coming to the end of it. I'm very excited, and it's been quite a journey. I'm very excited to actually look back and reflect on this post-race. And thanks to those who have been following along for so long, because yeah, it's actually happening, and I've actually recorded video this whole time. It's crazy. So yeah, that's everything for now. Last week to go. Yeah, very excited. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, week, year in life, and I'll check you in the week just for the race. Cheers. Bye.